It is bigger than you, man. You work on yourself until it is not even about you anymore. Create or be created. This is the spirit of the work. This is a quick impromptu video to highlight this one point. This one point. You work on yourself until it is not even about you anymore. But the root there is the self-work. You have to go within. You have to look at your inner world through the creator's lens. You are the creator. All of the problems that you're facing in the world, right now, think about your problems, those issues that are bugging you. Are they really the outside world, or is it your emotional response, your reaction to those outside stimulus that is the actual problem? More often than not, that is the case. The creator's lens. What do I mean by adopting the creator's lens? How can you adopt the creator's lens? Right, let's go round the houses. This is going to get a little bit weird, okay? This is going to get a little bit strange. Good, because the inner world, your inner world, is bloody strange. I can say that for sure. Every man that I've worked with, every woman that I've worked with, myself included in that bag of people that I've worked with, the inner world is bloody weird, man. Can you argue with that? Or is it odd in that bag of you? Of course it is. Yeah? Life happens to you. You grow up like a little baby. Let's call you Derek, right? You, Derek, you grow up like a little fresh baba. Life happens to you, man. There's inputs. My little sprog. There's inputs occurring, man. It's just going through life, sponging it in. Right, figuring things out. Derek, life happened to you. All those things happened to you, didn't they? Yeah? And you created a character based off those things that happened to you. Your mother and your father, they treated you a certain way. School treated you a certain way. And eventually the pattern goes, there's some kind of crisis, there's some kind of pressure, there's some kind of fracture, there's some kind of calling, shaking pressure to change. Yeah, and we have a tendency to think it's about acquiring more and more stuff. We need more stuff, shiny object syndrome. No, it is about shedding the old layers and revealing the source that flows through you. This is the creator's lens. So all of that stuff that happened to you, yeah, when you might find yourself in those, daydreams where we use imagination against ourselves about past incidents that happened. Let's assume, let's pretend that your dad was a numpty towards you. He had attitudes towards you, and you had a perspective around your father, yeah, that was very, very negative and unhelpful. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe your dad was a numpty. Maybe that wasn't the full picture, but here's the point, right? This is where it gets a bit weird, so stick with me. Light, like literal light, yeah, hit your dad's face, right? Yeah, through the windows as he was being super angry numpty towards you, let's say, and entered your eyeballs. Yeah? Through the lens of your eye, light came, particle and wave and particle. Through the lens, through the viscous fluid in your eye, and then onto your retina. As your dad was being a numpty and angry at you and telling you what for. Onto the rods and cones of your retina, yeah, which decoded this information, this outside stimulus of your father, into shades and colours, etc. But that information, those shades and colours, were transmitted down the optic nerve, I believe, from the eyes to the back of your head, right? Essentially an on-off signals. Then the occipital lobe at the back of your head, yeah, took that information and began to create, keyword, create, the image of your father being an absolute numpty towards you outside was created inside you. Okay? So that stuff happened to you, and that living image of your father out there is actually in there. I told you it was going to get a little bit odd. The images, all that stuff that happened to you out there, actually happened in there. Okay? Right? And after that event occurs, when it haunts you, those teachers' nasty words, those bullies, yeah, your parents being horrible or whatever, right? Or that, I was abused as a kid, sexually abused as a kid, right? And that incident that happened to me, after the fact, right, it lived in me. It lived inside me. And because it was buried away, just like your dad being a numpty, Derek was buried away inside you. It's still existing in there. It's almost like a hologram playing on repeat that we may eventually not even be aware of, but yet we're acting from. Yeah, our outer character becomes like a response, a reaction to that, and we become a character that we needed to be in order to survive what we've been through. Are you following? So let's fast forward. When you feel that pressure, that urge to change, it's that crisis point, man. Yeah, the creator's lens means you turn the eye inward and you realise all of the material of your life is yours. It's you. It's not out there. It's not out there anymore. It's in you. And the fool archetype in particular can be very uncomfortable. But one of them, if there is a mantra of the fool, if there was, the fool doesn't like anything fixed, but if there was, it's everything is material for play. So in the incident that I mentioned that occurred to me when I was about 4 and then cascaded through a whole heap of messery, yeah, that secret, scared, scarred part of myself that I thought was oh so special and it's just me, the fool showed me that even that hologram within, let's say, in the inner world that was running me and I was so angry about. Yeah, even that was material for creation. And it's through the act of creating that the inner holograms, the inner ghosts in the machine can be worked out and materialize as stuff that helps us and doesn't hurt us anymore. You are your greatest creative project, my friend. You are. Yeah? You work on yourself until it's not even about you anymore. It was all about me. The men I work with, it's all about them, sorting the stuff out, yeah, through having creative projects that create a pathway of self-discovery, self-understanding, and so forth. It's all about them, but then the clearance gets to a point where actually, whoa, the king is working now in service. It becomes about service, man. Service to your people, your family, your friends, your children, people that you don't know, and that story that's existing in you that feels so weighty and hurtful and harmful, eventually through the act of creation becomes your greatest asset. It becomes your story, right, that only you have really lived, yet resonates with other people who have a kind of a shared genre of experience. It becomes something that helps. Yeah? So what hurts you becomes what heals. Are you seeing the game? Yeah? You use imagination for you, not against you. Create or be created. Everything is material for play. All of your inner world McGubbins, no matter how traumatic it feels, you can use it, work with it, right? And don't judge it so harshly and push it down. Just treat it as material to work with. There's no bad parts of yourself. You are not broken. Yeah, you do not need fixing and mending and curing like a piece of ham. No, you are just just get into motion. That's what the Fool teaches. It just needs to move, man. You need to work it out. You need to work it out. Not figure it out. Just work it out. Just let it move. Play with it. Create with it. Yeah. All the archetypes are here for you. But that was just wanted to go off on one about that, basically. Yeah. You work on yourself until it's not even about you anymore. You are your greatest creative project. The archetypes offer you authorship. The imaginal realm is a place. Yeah. It's time to use it for your own good, not your own harm unconsciously. All right. Green Man Business, wishing you nothing but love, happiness, good health, and success. Much love, mush.